This is the plaintiff, Zach Gallinger Long. He says his neighbor broke into his garage because he thought he smelled gas or something. The guy had no right breaking and entering, damaged his garage door, and didn't even leave a note. That guy's racist, can't be allowed to get away with his crime, and that is why he's suing for the $441 he's owed. This is the defendant, Robert Badzik. He says he's part of a high-tech emergency response team, and when he smelled gas, he immediately thought leak and possible explosion. The garage door was unlocked, and he simply opened it, inadvertently knocking an already damaged panel out. He offered to have it repaired. The guy won't communicate with him, so here they are. He's accused of sparking a lawsuit.
Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Okay, Zach Gallinger Long.
Yes.
You are suing your neighbor, Robert Badzik, for $441 that you say it's going to cost to repair your garage door that he busted.
Correct.
Tell me what happened.
I was away from my house, and I got an email on my phone that said there's a gas smell coming from one of the garages. Can somebody please deal with it? And make
Wait,
sure...
who was the email from?
It was from a different neighbor.
Okay.
We live in a row of condos, and it was from Unit 5.
Okay.
And
And your unit what?
I'm Unit 3. And so I immediately responded back within 5 minutes of that email back to everyone that got the email saying it's probably my blower. I have a air blower because I do landscaping. Probably tipped over. It's probably dripping some gasoline, and I will deal with it when I get home. And that email went out right after it was sent. I got back a couple hours later. The garage door was open. I have over $1,000 in landscaping equipment inside the garage. There was nobody around monitoring it. There was no note, so I didn't know what had gone on. And there was
physically open?
Physically open.
How does your garage door work that somebody could physically open it?
There's a handle at the bottom, and you just lift it up.
Okay, so is it motorized or it's not motorized?
Not motorized.
Okay, was it locked or was it unlocked?
It has a latch on it with a lock that was not clasped.
So it wasn't locked?
It wasn't officially locked.
Okay, so go on.
And there was a panel broken off, and I called the police because I didn't know what had gone on. There was no note, as I said. And he went around to the neighbors and...
The police did?
The police officer did, and I thought it was a different neighbor, actually.
Right.
And he found out that it was Robert that broke into it or damaged it.
So what happened?
Well, basically, there was an email that had been sent out earlier in the afternoon about a strong gasoline smell. We read it to about mid-afternoon.
You lived there?
I was staying there at the time. My wife is the property owner.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you the wife?
I'm
Okay, go ahead.
And I responded to it to go check it out to see if indeed there was gasoline emanating any sort of odors. There was indeed a very strong smell. I lifted the garage door a bit.
Are these garages attached to the houses?
No, they are separate, and I do have a picture that
May
shows.
I see it?
I've got
Yes.
some
And
as well.
is there natural gas in the garage for some reason? Like, they're not attached to the houses, so they're freestanding garages. What did you think what were you worried was going on?
Well, with the evidence of gasoline fumes, et cetera, I didn't know if something had been spilled, turned over. It was just a natural response to a potential hazardous situation that I wanted to check out for the safety of everyone involved.
Well, my natural response would be to call the fire department. Nobody bothers to call the fire department?
Evidently not, no.
Okay, including you, though. That says, like, all these people who nobody decided to call the fire department. So I'm just wondering how strong that smell was, that there wasn't that kind of natural instinct response. This is at what time that you decided to go into the
This was late afternoon.
garage, I'm sorry.
This was late afternoon.
What time?
Do you recall what time the email?
It was right after I got the email.
Right after you got the email? The email's around 1 something.
This was 2-3 hours later.
2 or 3 hours later.
Yes,
All right.
it was much
So now,
later.
how do you get in?
Basically, I went out to the door. The door was not locked,
Okay.
not secured.
He says that.
I carefully lifted it up with, using the bottom handle. There was a very strong presence of gasoline at that point that came wafting out, and I opened it up at about 2 feet.
Okay, but did a panel break off?
At the point of lifting the garage door, a loose panel did fall off, yes. of
Okay,
which
how
I
do you
have
know
a
the
picture.
panel was loose? Because it fell off?
When I looked inside and picked up the panel, there were like 2 to 3 bent finishing nails that were partially securing the panel to the door frame.
Okay, and I don't suppose you would have a picture of that, right?
I have a picture of the exterior, but not the interior, no, ma'am.
Right. You have a picture. Let me see the pictures you do have. All right. So you open up the garage door, and what do you find inside, by the way?
Okay, when I opened up the garage door, there was a barrel with several pieces of hand equipment and such sitting in it. There was also a upside down gasoline device, a blower or such, that evidently was leaking gasoline into the container. And there was a fair amount of gasoline down at the bottom.
What's a fair amount?
Maybe quarter of a cup, half a cup.
So what did you do when you found that?
Okay, upon discovering it, I left the door open just to ventilate, circulate the air so it wouldn't build up and prevent a potential problem until the homeowner got home.
Okay, so you still didn't call the police?
No, I did not.
Okay, or for the fire department. Now, did you leave a note or anything?
No, I did not, because the email had already been sent out.
No, but you're the guy who opened up the door and a panel fell when you opened it. Did you leave a note? Hey,
No, I did
I
not.
opened up your door out of fear for all ours. You didn't do that, did you?
No, I did
All right.
not.
So now the police come and knock on everybody's door, and then they knock on yours, and you tell him, yes, I'm the one who opened up the panel
Yes.
door. And then what happens? You are upset.
Yeah.
And why are you upset?
Well, I've got over $1,000 in landscape equipment in there. Some of it
Well,
brand
then maybe
new.
you should ought to lock your garage door if you got $1,000 in
I
landscape
thought
equipment,
it
because
had
you're the
been
guy who left
locked.
it unlocked. I'm not understanding why that makes you upset.
I was upset because when I left, my garage door was fine. That panel had never fallen off before.
He says that there were some finishing nails in the panel,
Yes, there were.
which would, if there were, then that panel has fallen off before, right?
No, that's just how it was when I saw it, too. I don't know how the doors are manufactured, but
Okay.
when I saw it, I saw the nails as well.
All right, now you're suing for $411. To get that one panel fixed is $411?
It is.
Can I see your estimates?
Yep.
Now, when the police, what do the police do? Because you wanted him arrested for breaking and entering.
I didn't actually.
You didn't?
No. I really didn't want to have anyone arrested. I didn't feel it
Was
was
there bad
necessary.
blood between the two of you before this?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh. Okay, let's hear it.
There's just
You
been
could just tell, because you guys aren't acting like neighbors act, you know,
No.
when something like this comes up.
the whole neighborhood is like that, actually. We don't,
Is this a,
we don't
this
get
is a
along.
condo association?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. I'll
So-
never do that again.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
no, I won't either.
Yep.
Within 3 years, when we first moved in, there was a couple police incidents because there was some complaints that the neighbors had been yelling at children in the neighborhood, and they came out and questioned Robert. And I was out there during the questioning, and I remember the officer saying, "Did you call these children by a racist term?" He never said no. He just said, "I'm a Christian," and that was basically his answer. So
Meaning he's
Meaning,
religious,
I'm not gonna
so
say yes
he
or
wouldn't
no.
have done that?
I don't know.
Okay.
And then my sister-in-law was watching my son about a year ago, and she sent me a text in the middle of the day. I was at work. It just said, "Your neighbor is a jerk," and he just called me a stupid Mexican and told me to get off the property. I wasn't there, but that's what she told me.
Did you ever talk to him about it?
No.
Did
We
you
already
have a
don't get
problem with
along.
his sister-in-law? What do you say are the problems between the two of you?
I wish I knew.
What? No, you nodded when I said, did you guys have problems beforehand? So you do know.
There's nothing that I can pinpoint directly.
So why did you
that says
nod when
that
I
there is.
asked that? If you guys had had a problem, come on up.
Help explain.
Yeah.
I'm the property owner, and our HOA is a 6-unit association within a bigger association, of which Mr. Gallagher is the president. And we put our garbage and or recycle cans out Thursday night. We are required to have them in by 8:30 Friday morning, and we have been cited numerous times because the Gallagher family has not brought their cans up in a timely manner.
And he's the wait, who's the president?
He's the president of that one.
But so your little association within the association is getting fined by the big association because the president of your association leaves the cans
We're
out.
not getting fined. We keep getting green slips, and then if the situation is not rectified, then yes, we will have to pay monetary.
But that hasn't happened.
Because
All right,
it's
is there any
association.
other evidence you'd like me to look at?
Yes, there is.
Okay, can I have it?
This is a copy of our AVON bylaws, and I turned the page over. We are not allowed to store hazardous materials in our garages.
Okay.
And in the last two pictures that were taken, you can see that there are cans in there.
Okay, all that's fine, and you're right. He's violating stuff. He has a problem out of his garage. The next question, though, is do you have a right to go over there and open up the garage door and not pay for damage. I understand. Sometimes we do things because we have to do things, because at the moment we feel like it is the most prudent thing to do. It is sort of odd that instead of calling 911 or calling the fire department or doing something like that, you not only open the door, you see what it is you worried about, and then you don't do anything about it. So I don't really know why you're opening the door. So if when you're opening the door, which you don't have a right to do, it breaks, the panel breaks, do you have to pay for it? That is the only issue that I'm here about. And I'm not sure that you disagree, because I see a series of emails where you are agreeing to pay for the repair of the door, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, what went wrong with that?
This is a letter that we gave to the officer who came out,
Okay.
outlining the details because Mr. Gallagher would not allow any form of communication other than email between Bob and himself. He said that if Bob did not have the door repaired within 24 hours, he was going to have him arrested. And so that's why we had a contractor out there.
24 hours? Okay.
We had a contractor out there the next day to repair the door, a contractor who has worked on my unit as well as other places.
Licensed, bonded, and insured.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
And that person went to offer to fix it, and what happened?
The door was bolted, locked, shut. We couldn't get in.
Okay, is this the estimate? The estimate's $160.
Yes.
And this person who you sent out is someone who has done work at the condo association before.
Both in my
licensed,
home and
bonded, and
throughout.
insured.
Yes.
All right. And why was this not okay?
The 160?
Yeah.
When I called another company just to verify things, you can be licensed, bonded, and insured and still not know what you're doing.
Absolutely. You have a right to pick who you want
You
to
got
fix
it.
a garage door, but you have a right, and when you come to court, to get the reasonable estimate that I decide is reasonable based on the damages.
Sure.
So you can't just go out and decide you want a new garage door.
Correct.
All right.
And if
so
you look at the estimate, the second page, I had the manufacturing company to explain why it was a lot, because I thought it was expensive as well. And they said if you were to replace the panel, just put it back on, which is what the original contractor was suggesting. They said it will likely fall off again. It's not the correct way to repair the door. It should be one solid piece, and they say you have to replace the panel across the bottom. And it was, when I left, my garage door was in working order. It's gone up and down just fine for 5 years, and now it's not. And so if I can't continue to use my garage door as I was using it before, then I believe I'm entitled to the repair that will make that possible.
And welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. If you smell gas on your neighbor's property, are you allowed, without knocking or anything else, to enter your neighbor's property to try to figure out what's up?
No,
Why?
because it's not your property.
It's not your property, but it's kind of an emergency, don't you think?
You've not established there's a proper emergency yet if you haven't knocked.
But if you smell gas, is that enough to establish a proper emergency?
I think I'd call the local service.
Boy, nobody here wants...
I would go in and do whatever I could to turn the gas off.
You are like Kurt Russell in Backdraft. I'm telling you, going inside the courtroom.
this is what I'm going to order. I'm going to order the repair of the panel for the $160. I am not going to order the repair of other panels because someone fears that you might have to repair the other panel someday. It doesn't make sense to me.
This person that's doing the repair, though, is somebody that's worked in the HOA before.
You don't have to use him. You don't have to use him. You can use whoever you want.
He's known for lowballing prices, so how is 160 going to get me a repair that I need from somebody that I can trust to work on my property?
That's a person the condo association uses. He's known for lowballing prices. Those are people
Yeah, this is a friend of the president. She always has a lot of friends.
You have a
that's
problem
willing
with
to
the
do
president,
things.
too, don't you?
I do.
What's your problem with the president? Tell me about it.
She runs the HOA, and
She doesn't like you because she wrote a letter against you in here.
Oh yeah, I bet she
And she
does.
says that you're incredibly unreasonable, that they tried to get the thing repaired, that it's an eyesore to have the panel open, that you told her, I'm going to take it to other channels, that the hole is still there because you're very stubborn and you're just that you're being a big baby about it. That's what she said.
If you look at the pictures, you'll see that the roof has a tarp on it near my garage. It's because the HOA hasn't raised the correct amount of funds to repair the roof, and it's sagging and leaking. And so they have. One of the neighbors has tarped their side, so for them to complain about a hole in my garage is a little ridiculous when we got a tarp on the roof.
Okay. Oh, gosh, I wish I lived there, but I don't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to order what I think is a fair amount, all right? And I think, all right, $200. $200 is going to cover it. If you can't get it covered for $200, I would be very, very surprised. It's a panel at the end of the day. The next time, stop thinking that you're Superman and you have X-ray vision and that there's some big thing going on, because at the end of the day, you're not. And not only you're not, but the proof of it is you didn't do anything. When you saw that hazardous thing, you didn't do jack. Okay? It's ridiculous. You have no business opening somebody else's property, and that's why you're getting spanked with this fee, to go ahead and fix it, because it's not your business. You're not, Superman. You were just a guy who has a hand and a phone and should have called the proper authorities to take care of it. Then they would have knocked his door down with an axe, and then he could take it up with them, and you wouldn't be liable. Do you get it?
Yes.
All right, $200 verdict for the plaintiff.
Hold on right there, please.
Well, let's see what the defendant has to say coming out here after losing this case. Do you have an S on your shirt there?
No, I don't. I'm just a normal man.
Well, why do you take matters into your own hands?
Just trying to be a good neighbor.
Well, what would the right thing to do have been?
Well, in hindsight, just doing exactly what was suggested in there of contacting the proper authorities and letting professionals handle it.
Okay. Right down this way, all right? Around the corner, your documents are waiting for you. Just head right down there, okay? All right, so come on in here. There goes your neighbor, huh?
Yep.
How things going around the old homestead these days?
Not very good. They have been bad from the time we moved in.
They have been?
Yeah, it's been rough.
Well, you tried to score on your lawsuit, too, there, and trying to, jack it up a little bit.
That's just the estimate I was given from the company, and I trust that that was the fair amount, and the judge saw otherwise, and hopefully I can find a repairman that can do it for $200 and do it correctly.
When you see Superman next time around, walking around, what are you going to say to him?
Nothing.
Harvey?
Okay, Kurt, you know what? Legally, what you should do, I think these folks are all right. You should call 911 and don't do it yourself. If it is truly a life-threatening emergency where it's clear that it is, and you want to go in to try and solve it, you could argue that it's okay to do, but I'm telling you, it still is risky. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.